This update contains footages from 3 different dates. The first one is from February 27th. So let's start the update over here. You can see the hydrangea is sprouting. The buds are getting greener and they're opening up, as you can see. And here's the shooting star variety. It's doing the same thing. You can see the buds are opening up. Let's see if we can see any flowers forming. Can't really tell yet. But yeah, there's a lot of sprouts. And the lily of the valley, you can see the sprouts are getting bigger too. As for the calla lily, you can see it has etiolated. The sprouts are really pale, same as the dahlia. They're all pale and very elongated because they've been stored in this dark storage area. And the peony that I took out that was etiolated, as you can see, the sprouts are getting a lot darker now. They're pretty much its original color. Here's the summer snowflake, and here's some more summer snowflakes. The latifolium grape hyacinth has finally sprouted. I was getting a little worried, but yeah, you can see all the sprouts over here. Right here's another bulb plant, not seeing any sprout yet. This one is another summer snowflake. Here's another bulb plant, no sprout yet. This is the Persian pearl tulip. You can see they're sprouting really well. This one, there's some tulips over here. Here we have the crocus. You can see the flowers have started to open. Very nice. Here's the hyacinth. The flowers are forming nicely of all different colors. Here's another crocus. Snowdrop looks pretty much the same. Here's the grape hyacinth. If you look closely, you'll see some flower forming already at the base of the plant. Over here's the lavender, looks about the same. The rosemary are looking pretty great. You can see it's sending out a lot of new leaves, and there's also a lot of flowers forming. Right here you can see some new flower buds forming. And over here's the other rosemary, and it's also flowering, as you can see right here. Here we have some more outdoor plants. This is the grape. Doesn't look like it's forming any buds. A little concerned. Here's the asparagus. It's not sprouting yet. I moved the saffron over here. Just a bunch of leaves. The rhubarbs are sprouting. You can see this has pushed the Mexican stone crop up. But yeah, here are the rhubarb sprouts. The leaves are very nicely colored. Give you a closer look at the sprouts. Over here's the mulberry. If you look closely, you should be able to see some tiny buds forming. They're super small though. Maybe it's still too early. We can chat back next week. Here's the green onion and the raspberry. A tiny sprout over here is growing from this raspberry. The sprouts from this older canes are not really getting bigger yet, hopefully. blueberry, you can see the buds are slowly opening now. And there's a lot of these buds all over the plant. This indoor garden footage was from the 28th. Let's start with the lady slipper orchid. Looks like the leaves are still growing. Here's the wandering Jew. I repotted it. The Easter cactus has also been repotted. Here's a few more orchids. Looks like it's growing pretty well. A lot of root growth. The mini oncidium looks pretty much the same. I think there's a few growths here and there. And the dendrobium looks also about the same. I think this other dendrobium has a new growth forming. Let me show it to you. Right here, you can see this new growth coming up. This is the other mini oncidium. Looks about the same. And here's some succulent that I repotted, as you can see. This is the jade plant. This is the finger succulent. I also potted the arrowhead plants into soil. Hopefully they'll grow better. And also potted this little zebra succulent. The stackhorn fern is looking good. You can see the center is turning brown. And it's still sending out a lot of antler fronds. I also repotted the bird nest fern. It's now in this plastic pot. The phalaenopsis has also been repotted. I demounted it from the wood plates. Now it's in the clay pallets. Hopefully the humidity and water condition is more ideal for this orchid. This footage was from March 1st, and as you can see, I repotted the frizzle sizzle bulbs. I exposed the top a little bit to the air and is fanning it so it doesn't get too wet. Here's the cylindrical snake plant. Looks pretty healthy still. Zebra succulents also look great. The elephant bush, you can see I also repotted it. It's in a bigger pot now. And if you look closely, you can see it's sending out a bunch of new leaves, which is great news. And here are the other succulents that I showed you earlier that I repotted yesterday.